They say timing is everything, and right now it seems like the timing couldn't be more wild. While the courtroom drama surrounding Diddy continues to unfold with unexpected twists and intense testimonies, something completely unexpected is taking place on the political side of things. Former President Donald Trump is handing out pardons like candy, and everyone from celebrities to street legends is paying attention. From NBA YoungBoy to Larry Hoover, Trump has already shown he's willing to use his presidential power for some surprising names. But now there's buzz that Diddy might be the next one on the list. Yes, even while his trial is still underway. That news alone would be big enough. But it doesn't stop there. This entire situation has layers. And one of those layers includes none other than 50 Cent, who might just be doing his best to make sure Diddy never gets that pardon. Everything began when someone casually asked Trump if he'd consider giving Diddy a pardon. It wasn't some big press conference or announcement, just a simple question. But Trump's response lit the internet on fire. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no either. Instead, he said nobody had officially asked him yet, but he knew people were thinking about it. And most importantly, he said if he looked at the facts and thought someone had been mistreated, he'd definitely consider stepping in. Whether they liked him or not didn't matter, he claimed. That little moment opened the door wide open for Diddy and his legal team. Just knowing the option is there could be the ultimate backup plan. Diddy, real name Sean Combs, is knee-deep in a high-profile case that has the public split. While many details remain under wraps, the testimonies from witnesses have been making headlines every single day. The court just heard from Capricorn Clark, a former personal assistant who completely rocked the courtroom with her story. People expected her to be one of many voices that day, but instead she took over the entire session. Her words were emotional, detailed, and gave everyone in the courtroom a deeper look into what might have really been happening behind the scenes. Her testimony centered around an alleged incident involving Kid Cudi and Cassie. According to Clark, she got pulled into a situation where Diddy showed up at her home early in the morning with a gun, angry about rumors of Cassie being involved with Kid Cudi. She claims she was forced to get into a car with Diddy and his security, heading straight for Kid Cudi's house. While Kid Cudi's version of events paints a different picture, the drama of it all had people comparing the courtroom to a movie set. Every word Capricorn Clark spoke seemed to add a new piece to a puzzle. That has had the public guessing from the start. All of this makes the idea of a pardon even more interesting. Because technically, Diddy hasn't even been convicted of anything yet. He's still on trial. But Trump's track record with high-profile pardons has shown that a guilty verdict doesn't always have to be the end of the story. In fact, for the right person with the right connections and resources, it might not even matter. That brings us to 50 Cent. If there's one thing people know about him, it's that he holds grudges like trophies. And when he doesn't like someone, it's not something he hides. Once the idea of Diddy getting a pardon started floating around, 50 Cent jumped in right away. He made sure to remind people that Diddy has said some nasty things about Trump in the past. Basically, he wanted to plant the idea that Diddy didn't deserve Trump's help, especially after how he treated him publicly. This kind of behavior from 50 isn't new. He's made a whole career out of trolling people he doesn't like. But some say this time he might have crossed the line. Trying to stop someone from getting a pardon, even before a verdict is reached, is next level pettiness. Some fans say he should mind his business and let the courts do their job. Others argue that if you know someone's dangerous or shady, maybe you do have a duty to speak up. Either way, one thing is clear, 50 Cent is not going to let this go. Trump's answer didn't promise anything, but it gave hope, especially for Diddy's camp. Just knowing Trump might step in if the verdict goes south changes the entire strategy. Suddenly, the game isn't just about beating the case, it's also about keeping political doors open just in case. Some are saying this is all about money and power anyway. If you got the money and the connections, you might just get a second chance no matter how bad things look. That's what people are whispering online. The idea that pardons are being handed out not just because of justice, but because of influence. And when it comes to influence, few people have more of it than Diddy. But there's a twist in all of this that's impossible to ignore. If people like NBA YoungBoy can get a pardon, why not Diddy? That's the argument being made by those in his corner. His lawyers probably already know who to call. His team is likely already discussing strategies behind closed doors. And now, that the Trump card literally has been brought up, it's impossible to ignore, especially because this isn't just a rumor anymore. Trump himself said that he would look at the facts. That's more than enough for Diddy's camp to stay hopeful. Meanwhile, people like Lil Durk and others are watching closely. They see what's happening. They see who's getting a pass and who's getting attention. In today's world, it almost seems like being famous, having money, and knowing the right people might be more powerful than anything a jury decides. If you can make a few calls and shift the narrative in your favor, you might just walk out free. Back to 50 Cent, though, he might be the wild card in all of this. His ability to stir up drama and draw attention is unmatched. He can drop one comment, one post, and suddenly the internet is on fire. He knows exactly how to keep a story alive. If Diddy's team thought the biggest challenge would be the trial itself, they might have underestimated 50's reach. Because now, every move they make is being watched not just by the courts, but by the public. And in the court of public opinion, things are often just as brutal. It's unclear whether Trump will actually follow through with a pardon. It's also unclear how long this trial will last or what the final outcome will be. But what's certain is that this story has now gone far beyond just a courtroom. It's turned into a battle of power, loyalty, grudges, and politics. And somehow, all of these elements are spinning around one man, Diddy. His future might lie in the hands of a judge, or it might lie in the hands of a former president. That's what makes this whole thing so intense. And as crazy as it sounds, this may only be the beginning. Because if Trump does start giving out more pardons, and if celebrities really can buy their way out of legal problems, the entire justice system might be facing a major spotlight. Until then, all eyes stay locked on the courtroom, on Trump's next interview, and on 50 Cent's next post. Because each one of them could flip the story in a completely new direction. In a world where fame, money, and politics all mix together, nobody really knows what's going to happen next. But one thing's for sure, everybody's watching.